BJ Werzyn, CEO, West Shore Home. My relationship with Hunter and Tono goes back 6 or 7 years now. We originally started talking about our first HQ headquarter building at Simpson Ferry Road, which eventually morphed into this larger project at Crossgate, and eventually the project we're talking about today at Westport.
Hi, I'm Dan Fisher. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at West Shore Home. So we had a leased space in the Harrisburg area. We had a lease that was coming to an end, and we had to move a piece of the team. And as we started to plan that project, there was a lot of urgency to get out before we needed to renew the lease. Very grateful for Tono's efforts to phase the project, and I know that added complexity to the execution, but allowed us to save a bunch of money and give a better home for our inside sales team.
The Westport Drive was the first turnkey project that Tono did for us. They did all of the design work for us. They did all the construction in 3 different phases, and then finally put the finishing touches on it with the interior design.
Westport has allowed us to keep growing. We needed another location to house our ever-growing team. We are default aggressive when it comes to growth, and that's one of our values. We feel that Tono shared that in getting this project done quickly. Working with Tono's integrated process was helpful because we were always on the same page. Each week we would have a touch point where we would review progress, talk through decisions that need to be made, and make a plan for execution.
So yeah, the synergies that we get from using all of their resources has been super beneficial to West Shore Home. We move really fast, and having those systems integrated all into one turnkey process really helped us be able to grow and expand quickly. The collaboration for the Westport Drive project really set the tone for future projects because it gave us this turnkey solution, and I inherently trust Hunter and his team to be able to handle all of our real estate and construction projects.
We have a value at West Shore of extreme ownership, and that comes to media production as well. That media studio allows us to have shorter cycle times when it comes to tailoring a message for our customers. We can now deliver professional grade commercial distribution across the country, and we don't have to call anybody to make it happen. So we have very quick turnaround, and that asset within our space allows us to be more competitive in the market. So the facility that we leased was an old mattress warehouse, so a very historical and industrial building, and ironically we're working on technology there, so a very modern goal for that team. Tono had to balance the preservation of a historical space while also providing a tech-enabled employee experience. Tono was very tolerant of our vision for the space in St. Paul. We provided a very detailed guideline of what are our goals and what different kinds of work we'll be doing in those spaces, from individual focused work to social collaboration. And with each piece of feedback, they took it, pivoted possibly, and executed very well.
So my relationship has evolved with Hunter and the team over the years, first starting with mostly just architecture and interior design, and then eventually we brought in the proto construction piece of it too, so we could have a complete turnkey solution with TONO Group. So now the role that Tono plays in planning and processing for all of our buildings is basically everything from start to finish. So they program the buildings for us, figuring out what we need in that space. They do all the architectural planning and design, the construction and or the construction management, depending on where the location is, and then finally all the furniture and all the interior design. Yeah, so the relationship eventually expanded into a personal relationship. Hunter and Angelique have worked on our private residences. They've even helped us collaborate with, some procurement and curation of packages for our West Shore Home customers. So it's not just commercial real estate and commercial real estate development. That relationship has really broadened and expanded.